The language they speak is aesthetic, but the stories they tell are visceral.
It was quite aesthetic, really.
Hey everyone, and welcome to TalkWord. This is the show where we dive deep into the English words you see all over the place, where they came from, what they really mean, and how to actually use them. Today, we are tackling a big one, a word you have definitely seen online, aesthetic.
Okay, let's just get right into it. You've seen this everywhere, right? In an Instagram bio, maybe a TikTok video, someone says something like, "My aesthetic is cottage core," or "that is so my aesthetic." And it sounds cool and all, but what are they actually saying? What does that word really mean? It can seem a little confusing, but don't worry, we are going to break it all down. We'll start with why this word is popping up everywhere, then we'll look at its original meaning, and I'll let you in on the secret to how it does two jobs at once. We'll even figure out how you can find your own aesthetic before we wrap it all up. Let's do this.
First up, let's just state the obvious. You cannot escape this word. It's in social media bios, it's in photo captions, it's all over the internet. And hey, if you've ever felt a little out of the loop seeing it, you are so not alone.
But here's the thing, this isn't just some passing trend or a bit of internet slang that's going to disappear next month. Nope. Understanding the word aesthetic is kind of like getting a key. It's a key that unlocks a whole new way to talk about beauty, about your own personal style, and really how you see the world.
All right, so to really get how we're using it today, we've got to go back to the beginning. We need to build a solid foundation by looking at the word's original core meaning. At its heart, the word aesthetic is an adjective, a describing word. And what does it describe? Well, to put it simply, it's all about beauty. Anything that has to do with beauty, art, or just appreciating beautiful things, that can be described as aesthetic.
For example, you might hear an architect say something like, "The new building has a very pleasing aesthetic." Now pay attention to how the word is working here. It isn't the style itself. It's describing the qualities of the building that relate to beauty. It's doing its job as a classic, old-school describing word.
Okay, so it's an adjective, got it. But wait a minute, that doesn't really explain my aesthetic is cottage core, does it? And this right here brings us to the most crucial point. This is the real secret to understanding this word. It's a word with two jobs.
So let's put these two jobs side by side. As an adjective, you might say, "I like the aesthetic choices in this film." See? You're describing the choices. But now look at its job as a noun. Her aesthetic is very colorful and bold. Here, you're not just describing her taste, you are naming it. Her entire style is the aesthetic. And that is the big switch that happened, especially online.
So let's really focus on that second job, the noun. Because honestly, this is how you are going to see the word used most of the time today, especially when we talk about finding your aesthetic.
So when people talk about an aesthetic today, what they really mean is a specific personal style. Think of it as your own curated collection of things you find beautiful. It's your personal theme, your look, your vibe. It's the clothes you wear, the music you listen to, the way you edit your photos. It's the whole package, all wrapped up into one name.
And this idea, this shift, it pretty much exploded on visual platforms like Tumblr and Pinterest. And it's led to these whole online communities forming around shared styles. You've got Cottage Core, which is all about that cozy, rural, romantic life. Then there's dark academia, with its focus on classic books and old university buildings. The Y2K fashion revival, minimalism, the list goes on and on. Each one is like a complete visual world you can just step right into.
So how in the world did a word from philosophy class end up all over our Instagram feeds? Let's put all the pieces together and trace its pretty incredible journey.
The journey of this word is just fascinating. It starts way, way back in ancient Greece with the word aesthis, which just meant to perceive or to feel something with your senses. Then you fast forward to the 18th century, and philosophers picked it up to talk specifically about the philosophy of beauty and art. And now, today, it has landed in our hands as a way to name and share our own personal style. You see, it's always been about how we perceive and feel about beauty.
So, when you want to use the word aesthetic, it's really simple. First, just ask yourself, am I describing something's qualities? If yes, you need the adjective. Second, ask, am I naming an entire style or a vibe? Well, then you're using the noun. And the last step is the fun part. Just go out there and use it to talk about all the things you find beautiful.
Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. Whether you're using it as an adjective or as a noun, aesthetic is just a really powerful, precise word for sharing and understanding what we find beautiful in the world around us. So now you've got it. The secret is out. Which, of course, leaves just one question. What's your aesthetic? I really hope this breakdown helped make sense of this super popular word. If you enjoyed this and you want to learn more, you should definitely check out the TalkWord mobile app.
In the app, you can explore tons of other English words. And the best part is you can create your very own word explainer podcasts with guidance from our two friendly hosts. It's a great way to practice and share what you've learned. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.
I created you lot as merely an aesthetic experiment.
Not a big fan of the winter aesthetic.